Imagine a storm-tossed sea or the breathtaking silence of a snow-covered forest. Such scenes don't just appeal to our eyes, they stir something deep within us: awe, fear, or even a sense of transcendence. These feelings, raw and unfiltered, are at the heart of Romanticism, an artistic movement that swept across Europe in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Rejecting the Enlightenment's emphasis on reason and scientific logic, Romanticism placed emotions front and center. It was a revolution of the heart, valuing the intangible over the tangible and the sublime over the systematic. But why did this shift happen? What made artists, poets, and thinkers abandon rationality for the raw beauty of emotion? The Enlightenment, for all its brilliance, often prioritized reason to the exclusion of the human spirit. It valued precision, logic, and order, epitomized by figures like Isaac Newton and Voltaire. But not everyone felt satisfied with these ideals. As industrialization spread, cities grew, and life became increasingly mechanized. Many yearned for something deeper, a connection to the mysteries of life and the wildness of nature. Romanticism emerged as a rebellion against these constraints, a call to rediscover humanity's emotional depth. It celebrated the individual, the irrational, and the passionate, offering a counterbalance to the Enlightenment's cold rationality. Romanticism brought forth works that pulsed with feeling. Painters like Caspar David Friedrich captured landscapes that were not just beautiful, but emotional experiences in themselves. Lonely figures gazing out over vast, unknowable wildernesses. Poets like William Wordsworth wrote of simple, heartfelt moments, the beauty of a daffodil field, the grief of lost innocence. These creations weren't about what the eye could see. They were about what the soul could feel. These creations weren't about what the eye could see. They were about what the soul could feel. Romantic artists sought to convey that emotions weren't weaknesses to overcome, but profound truths to embrace. For Romantics, nature wasn't just a backdrop, it was alive, almost spiritual. Mountains, oceans, and forests symbolized the sublime, beauty so overwhelming it could evoke fear or wonder. The stormy skies in J.M.W. Turner's paintings or the rugged cliffs in Friedrich's canvases reflected the tumult of human emotions. The natural world became a mirror for the soul, where love, sorrow, joy, and despair found their counterparts. In crashing waves, towering peaks, and tranquil sunsets, nature's power and unpredictability reminded humanity of its limitations, evoking humility and reverence. Romanticism was deeply personal. It celebrated the inner world of the individual with its unique passions and struggles. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's The Sorrows of Young Werther exemplified this focus, telling the story of a man consumed by unrequited love. It resonated so deeply that it reportedly inspired a wave of copycat suicides. This was the romantic ideal, to feel deeply even if it meant pain. Yet alongside this personal intensity was a yearning for the infinite. Romantics saw the divine not in distant cathedrals, but in the immediacy of a sunrise or the stars above. In music, Romantic composers like Ludwig van Beethoven and Franz Schubert broke from classical traditions to compose works of unparalleled emotional depth. Beethoven's Symphony No. 9 captured the triumph of the human spirit, while Schubert's Lieder conveyed the fragility of love and loss. In literature, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein delved into the dangers of unchecked ambition, emphasizing emotional consequences over scientific achievement. These works reminded audiences that human emotions, with all their messiness, were a vital part of existence. A defining concept of Romanticism was the sublime, a feeling that went beyond beauty to evoke awe, wonder, and sometimes terror. Edmund Burke's writings on the sublime influenced countless Romantic thinkers, suggesting that true art should provoke an emotional reaction so profound it bordered on spiritual. This idea drove the movement's obsession with extremes, lofty peaks, violent storms, and the boundless sea. Such scenes stirred not just admiration, but a visceral awareness of humanity's fragility in the face of nature's might. Romanticism wasn't born in isolation, it was a reaction to its time. The French Revolution, with its promise of liberty and the chaos that followed, had shaken Europe. The Industrial Revolution was reshaping society, displacing traditional ways of life. Amid such upheaval, Romanticism became a refuge, a way to reclaim humanity's connection to the eternal and the profound. It provided solace for those overwhelmed by rapid change, reminding them that emotions and nature could offer meaning when logic and progress failed. Even in today's hyper-rational, data-driven world, the Romantic spirit persists. We still turn to art, music, and nature to process feelings we can't quantify. Think of the catharsis in a tear-jerking movie or the serenity of a walk through the woods. These experiences remind us that while reason is invaluable, it can't answer every question or soothe every pain. The Romantic emphasis on emotion over reason encourages us to embrace the beauty of the unpredictable and the power of the human heart. Romanticism teaches us that to be human is to feel deeply, to seek connection in an often chaotic world. It's a reminder that logic and reason, though essential, are only part of the story. By valuing emotion, nature, and individuality, the Romantics expanded our understanding of what it means to live fully. As we navigate our complex modern lives, perhaps we too can draw inspiration from their quest to balance reason with the raw power of feeling. After all, it's through our emotions that we find meaning, and through meaning, we discover ourselves.